Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the continuation of the How to Draw Trees with Leaves tutorial. If you have not seen this tutorial at all yet, please click on the picture on the right to watch part 1. But if you haven't seen me draw any trees at all before, please click on the picture to the left to watch the whole tree anatomy and everything like that. It will really help you to draw the trees in this tutorial. This whole process so far has been done only with a 4H pencil. As you can see, this pencil is extremely light, and the entire tree is mainly one tone. And like before, when I divided down here, I said everything over here would be darker. That will come in when I start using a darker pencil. So to start that, got my pencil kit here. Remember in the tutorial series where I said you only need so many different pencils? Well, I customized my kit. And all I'm using now is the 4H, 2H, HB, 2B, 4B, 5B, and 6B. And then over here is the charcoal pencils and my 9B. This next part, I'm going to grab the HB and the 2B. The 2B, like I said before, is just your regular yellow school pencil, and you can use that instead of buying one of these and it'll work just fine. I'm going to start off with the HB, and wherever I went darker, I'm going to use this to go even darker. So this is the part where you start layering tones. The bottom of the tree, you don't have to be too weary of what you're doing because it's going to be mainly in shadow anyway. And even anything that's in this slight highlight here, it's going to go a bit darker. Alright, so now as I previously said, I'm no longer using the 4H pencil. I have now switched to the HB, and I will then later switch to the 2B. During this, when I initially used the 4H pencil, which is the really light pencil, I made some parts that were darker. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the HB and going over those parts that I made darker, and I'm making them even darker. And even the spots that are on the right side of the page that are slightly lighter or in highlight, I'm making them darker because they're going to be slightly in shadow. So the bottom right of the tree will be the darkest part of the drawing, while the top left of the tree will be the lightest, and they will gradually change in tone as they get from one point to the other. And you also want to make sure that it is a gradual change in tone, because the light will still penetrate some parts of the tree, and then it'll lightly start to fade as it gets through the tree. So in this whole process, what I just did here, I went with the HB to darken this side up a bit. Then I went with the 2B to darken up even more, but I don't think I'm going to go any darker than that. The last thing to put in, which always seems to annoy you during the whole process, is the tree trunk. You can put that in any time you want. I just choose to always put it in later. I'm not sure why, it's just what I like to do. But you still want to be conscious of the light. Even though this trunk is still in full shadow, you kind of still want to show where that light is coming from. And I'm just going to put the tree in just by hatching. And that's just by putting a lot of close lines together. And I'm going to make it a little bit lighter on this side of the tree. And fill it in over here. And I'm going to get fairly dark on this side of the tree here. And lightly work it over. Just like that. And you do want the trunk to be darker than the leaves up above it. Or at least show. Because you want to be able to tell where the leaves end and the trunk begins. Just like that. And I'm just putting in some harsh lines in it just to give the trunk a little bit of character. Things like that. I'm going to go back in with the HB pencil and just fill a little more leaves there, just to kind of cover it up a little bit. Just like that. Take this, I'm on the HB right now, going to kind of round off the tree here. Okay. Also, if you would like to, you could take the tubing and just quickly go around the tree like this, just to give it a nice shadow. But you want to put this side of the tree over here in a longer shadow than this side. So this shadow should probably go off the page, just like that. One last thing, this is optional, I guess. This is the only eraser I have on hand right now. It's my mechanical pencil. But if you go in with the eraser, you can, and you want to do the same motion, just slow circles or quick circles, but you want to keep the circular motion. And just go in certain spots and just take a little bit away and give the tree a little bit of highlight. Just like that. I'm even going to do a little bit of highlight over this side too. Just like that. Okay. The last thing is, I mean, yes, it's a tree, but you still want to have some signs or indication that there is a tree beneath all these leaves. So for this, you just take, you can either use a mechanical pencil or any pencil you have on hand, and you just quickly put in some branches coming out. And you want to have them come out and then go back in again. So this one will be about this size. Have it branch off going this way. That's gone. And you want to also go back in a little bit and put some leaves over it, so it looks like it's actually going back into the tree, like that. We'll do another one right here. I'll just do a little one right there. We'll fork it out, just like that. And I'll just shade it in a little bit. Put a little leaves over it. You don't want to go too crazy with these. You just want to put a few in just to show the viewer that there is a tree underneath all the leaves. I find that it sort of adds a likeness to the tree. Just like that. Another thing you could do with these tree branches while you're at it, by these leaves, you could just add a few branches coming out, like that. But again, you don't want to go too crazy. Just want to show that they're there. Okay. We'll have a bit of a dead branch coming out down here. Just like that. Alright, so there's a tree with full-on leaves, and I hope you learned from this. This drawing here took me about 25 minutes or so, but I'm sure for anyone else trying this, it'd probably take a lot longer. But this, in a nutshell, is how I would draw a tree. So I'll flip back to the other one real quick. And it's fairly similar. See how I put all the branches out like this. I put a few out on the outskirts of the tree. Now this one I didn't shade anywhere near as dark as this one. Also with this one, I had the light coming in straight down, like a noon lighting. This is more like a 9 a.m., 4 p.m. lighting. So Alright. Alright, so I hope you guys learned from this. If you did, if you liked it, please subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for future tutorials. I would like to hear anything you have to say. Yeah, so hope you like this. Thank you for watching. Click on the annotation below to subscribe. Also, check out my channel for many more tutorials.